Olamide Akinloye has emerged champion of the Oshodi Esports Championship. Olamide came third in the championship preliminaries for the esport organized by the Domestic Esport Organization for a state community in Lagos with the theme Oshodi Qualifiers. It was particularly designed for game lovers in the Oshodi area of Lagos. The qualifiers, which was keenly contested, saw Olamide Akinloye knock out 19 participants and was crowned champion of Oshodi in an event that lasted 4 hours. In the words of Olamide to reporters, "I noticed a few players that were better than me, but my confidence and self-belief helped me." Olamide won a cash prize of 50,000 naira for coming tops out of 200 esport players that competed in the games. He also got an automatic ticket into the State Esport Championship Finals, scheduled for December 2022. Joining us now to speak about the State Esports Championship is convener at eGames NG, Tobi Adesina. Good to have you on Newsday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's start. Tell us about Esports Championship. What's it all about?
Oh, okay. It's a state championship event where we go to all local governments and then we pick the champions from each local government and they get to play with each other in a single tournament. So it's a way of rewarding young Nigerians who have the skill of esports. So because globally, when you look at in the Western world, esports athletes are being rewarded financially. So we created a platform where we can always reward esports athletes here in Nigeria. So the state championship is just one where we go round the state and then we'll pick the champions from each local government area and then they get to face off. Whoever wins the champion of each local government will be given 50,000 naira with a ticket into the state championship finals.
This sounds really cool. Esports, of course, is something that makes a lot of money all over the world. I'm wondering how many local governments are you guys staging and how many have you done so far?
We've done 2 so far. We've done that of Alagbado, we've done that of Oshodi. And then this Saturday, 15th of October, will be that of Agege qualifiers. So what we're doing is, for some local governments, we match them into 2. So I think with the exception of Unilag and Lasso, because we realize that 80% of those who live in that vicinity are young adults. So we give them some preferential treatment, sort of. So by giving them a single slot. So Unilag and Lasso are not competing with any other local government until they get to the finals.
Nice.
So do you have sponsors for this lofty project? Because I'm thinking, by my calculation, I'm sure it must be finance consuming.
Yeah, it's quite rough and rocky. Yeah, of course, we're open to potential sponsors who want to come in and leverage on the event, but for now, it's not sponsored.
All right, so we know that the state edition is scheduled for December. Where's the venue? And also, what is the price tag for this one?
Of course, the state championship finals will be held in December. Venue not yet, peaked. But for that of Saturday, which will come up on the 15th of October, will be at Penn Cinema. That will be where all those living around Agege, living around Fagba, Ogba, and then Abule-Egba axis, they all converge at Penn Cinema for their event. That will be at Solo Choose Open Bar. So at that venue, they can always play and then we'll pick the champion of Agege on that same day.
So can we talk about esports in Nigeria, electronic sports in Nigeria? How popular is it? Are people really participating? And what age range would you usually say do esports?
The reception has been great. And I'm also looking at the fact that this is something we've been doing since time memorial. I mean, since the time technology was technology. Let's say over the last 20 to 25 years, we've been doing it. But we've not had it in an organized format, such as this. So this is a way of rewarding not just the esports athletes, but also those watching from home, because those watching from home in the live stream will be entertained by the event as well. So it's a two-way thing. Those who are watching from home get entertained, and then those who are also playing get rewarded. Now, talking about the numbers of the demography, I think going by the ones we've done so far, I can say the age range of the participants have been around 30 to 15, and then we saw a 13-year-old compete at Oshodi. You know, it was really interesting to see the young boy compete, and he did quite well. Unfortunately, he couldn't win.
And isn't that the great thing about the internet? It's a level playing field. Age isn't a factor, demographics isn't a factor, sex is not a factor. So, first of all, I want to ask how many females you have competing in these esport games, because we know that women like to play video games as well, and I'm not sure if they have as much access to such platforms. And then, second of all, I wanted to talk about some of the challenges you might have. The first that comes to mind is internet access. Is this something that hampers the game as it goes on, or do you guys have sponsorships to make sure that everything is smooth, or is that just a normal thing in Nigerian esports, like the power cuts out every once in a while?
Okay, let me start from the first question, which is the
female representation.
I think we'll give equal opportunity to whichever gender wants to participate, and so it's not there's no restriction, whether age or gender restriction. So, but you know, with the African culture, we're just opening up. We're not there yet when it comes to females wanting to participate in active gaming, where they will meet their male counterparts. So, but I think for the ones who've done so far, we've seen some encouraging numbers of females, but we've had somewhere around double digits of female representatives who came in and then participated in the tournament. And then to your other question about the challenges, I talked about it being rough and rocky earlier on. You know, when it comes to internet, anything that has to do with technology, you've got to test and test and test up until the D-Day of the event. So even before I came into the studio, we're testing the equipment that we're going to use for the Agege qualifiers. So I think when it comes to technology, I think wherever the event is being held, you will always find some gaps that you can always fix. And then when it comes to sponsors coming in, we don't have one yet. Okay, but it would have been good if we had an internet sponsor, you know, so the live stream can easily go, and then no one would say, "Oh, it's lagging," or "We're not seeing it clearly at our location." So I think, yeah, to your point, yeah, it would have been good if there was like a telco sponsor or whatever. But for now, we're still doing good, you know. We're putting it out there for people to enjoy on live stream, and the reception has been great.
And hopefully the telcos are listening.
Hopefully. Well, talking about the challenges, what about security, considering your location, Agege and Oshodi especially?
Yeah, the one that gave me concern was Agege. That of Alagbadu was relatively, we knew what we would expect. But out of Oshodi, we were trying to weigh in all the pros and cons. So we went in with our own security operatives, and then we also deployed, we had to use indigenes as well, or people who lived around. Like, you can't police people more than themselves.
Exactly.
Like, they are the best people to police themselves. So we had like some of the area guys, you know, come in and then joined our security operatives. So if anyone wants to cause trouble, they know each other. So they'll go like, "Oh, no. In Kawani, like in Yoruba terms, it's ours, it's our team." So I think in terms of assimilation, the reception was great, and then they embraced it as something that is their own. And I think, yeah, that has really reduced insecurity in all the events we've had so far. And going to Agege as well, we're going to have some police operatives on ground as well, and who will join our in-house security team to ensure that we have a smooth event.
That sounds really good. I want to know about your involvement in the esport genre. Like, what got you into it? What fascinates you about it, and where you plan to take it from here? Okay,
so well, back then when I was way younger. So I realized that whenever I'm during holidays, I call my friends, like, let's hang out. And they'll be like, I'll pass. And then my younger brother would then call them, come, let's play a game together. Like something interactive, something competitive, you know. And then the next minute, they're in our front door. So I'm like, wow, like really? So there's something that can bring friendship together more than just we're chit-chatting, you know. So I felt, wow. And then from there, the interest grew more. And then when I was done with university, I also realized that I did a closed in-house competition for my local environment. And then I realized that it was so much entertainment, everyone enjoyed it. And I felt, come on, this thing is too much entertainment just for a few number of people. I think it should go bigger. So I felt, okay, let's do something state. Let's see how it will be received or perceived by people in the state. And then if we can do state, okay, from there, we then push maybe federal level. From there, who knows? Yeah, so it's like one step at a time.
Well done, well done.
So what informs your choices of locations where these competitions take place?
Predominantly, we're looking at places where 90 or 80% dominated by youths. So because we're looking at the age bracket of 10 to 35, the number of course, in Oshodi, we had someone who was around 42 compete in the tournament. But that's just an exception. We don't see that often. So we're looking at ages between areas that are well dominated by youths between the ages of 35 to 10. So when we want to pick locations for the event, we select those areas that we know will get a high number of youths living in that area.
Well, Tobi, thank you so much for coming in today and commending your efforts working with the youth of our country. You got to give them something to do and something exciting, and wish you all the best with your Esports Nigeria?
Yeah, E-Games NG.
E-Games NG. All the best with that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.